Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and today we're going to talk about summer transfer targets for Liverpool. Now, before we get into actually talking about the targets themselves, we have to remind ourselves that Liverpool is not in a position to attract world-class players. Liverpool finished 8th this past season. They have no Champions League prospects for next season. When a team finishes 8th, it's hard to guarantee or tell a player that they're going to jump up to 4th immediately next year without significant investment. And we all know that Liverpool now have the money for significant investment, but when they just spent £100 million this past year, it's really up in the air to see how much they're going to spend this summer, especially when those players are so hard to come by. You're not going to see the Cavani's coming in or the Hazards. Those are kind of guys that are in the prime of their careers, and they're probably not going to want to go to a club like Liverpool. I hate to say it, and I hate to sort of deprecate ourselves as fans and as a club, but that's just the situation we're in. We need to face reality. Now, the transfer market hasn't even heated up yet, but it appears as if Liverpool have already landed their first player. Gylfi Sigurdsson, a player who was at Swansea last season with Brendan Rodgers, appears to be on his way to Liverpool. Since Brendan Rodgers came to Liverpool, it appears that Sigurdsson does not want to go to Swansea, and his club, 1899 Hoffenheim, had given him until June 30th to sort everything out with the club. Now, I know many fans are thinking, oh, great, we need another midfielder. We have like 9,000 attacking midfielders. Where is he going to fit in the side? But like I said last year, I repeated this many times, you can never have too many good midfielders. Because when Gerrard went down, when Lucas went down, when Adam went down this season, all of a sudden Liverpool didn't have that many midfielders left, so it's always great to have a stock of midfielders. And I'm actually pretty high on Sigurdsson. I looked at some of his highlights, I looked at some of his stats, some scouting reports. The guy has great long-range ability, he can shoot from anywhere, he's a threat on set pieces, and set pieces is something that Liverpool really were very weak on this season, especially scoring from them. I believe he can really offer that threat from distance as well as crossing to really help Liverpool out. He's also been proven in English leagues. In the past, he played for Reading. He had 42 game matches with them, I believe in 2008, scored 19 goals. He was with Crewe Alexandra and Shrewsbury Town down in the lower leagues for a little bit. And of course, he was with Swansea this past season. But everywhere he's gone, he's scored goals. He scored 19 goals with Reading, 1 with Shrewsbury, 3 with Crewe Alexandria, but he wasn't with them for that much time. With Hoffenheim, he had 9 goals in 36 appearances, which isn't that bad of a return rate, especially for a midfielder. And of course, with Swansea, in 18 games, he had 7 goals, which is an outstanding return rate for a midfielder. He's also a big guy, 6'1", so he's not somebody that's going to be pushed around the pitch. I believe he's an ideal midfielder for the English Premier League, and he can really help Liverpool out. It's a great signing, especially if it's only for around the £6 to £7 million that's been reported. He's 22, and I think he can have a really bright future for Liverpool. Now, in terms of what I think Liverpool should target, I believe they desperately need a third striker. If you look at all the great teams in the Premier League, the Manchester Cities, Chelsea, United, they all have 3 strikers. Even Arsenal goes 3 striker deep now. They just signed Podolski, they have Van Persie, they have Sean McBetner. They have 3 or 4 starting quality strikers. And if you look at Liverpool, they only have 2. As the Premier League season wears on, players get injured, rotation is necessary, and Liverpool only relying on 2 strikers is that's just not good enough. United has 3 strikers with Chicharito, Berbatov, Rooney, and I guess even Danny Welbeck. Manchester City has about 10,000 strikers they can choose from, and even Chelsea this past season had Sturridge, Drogba, and Torres. I expect them to sign another striker to fill Drogba's role, though. I also believe we need another true winger. Stuart Downing was nice. I'm not going to get into whether you think he had a good season or not, but he's there. I think we need a winger on the right side that can provide some actual pace. If you looked at Liverpool this past season, they were totally devoid of pace. We learned that Stuart Downing really wasn't as fast as we thought. And Suarez, while fast, he's not exactly a burner. So I think injecting some true winger pace on that right-hand side would be great for Liverpool. I also think that we need a backup defensive midfielder. I don't want to see Jay Sperry in the side every single week like we had this season. He's a nice player for what he is, but he's not something that Liverpool can rely on when Lucas goes down for, an extended period of time. Along the back, I think this is the first time in a while Liverpool don't really need to make any major changes in defense. Liverpool had one of the best defenses in the Premiership this season. Sebastian Coates should develop into a starting quality center back. He's a solid backup right now. There's always Carragher, of course. And Martin Kelly, I believe, provides great depth at right back. I believe eventually he could challenge Glenn Johnson for that right back job, should Glenn Johnson ever sort of have a form trouble. There's always Robinson and Flanagan waiting in the wings. I believe they're decent, third, fourth tier quality backups. So again, Liverpool need to go after a third striker, a true winger with pace, and I believe a defensive midfielder this season. And I don't know who Liverpool can frankly get, because all you ever do is hear about the big names being tossed around. And Liverpool, barring some magic, by our sporting director and Brendan Rodgers aren't going to be in a position to really bring those players in a lot this summer. I do think that one player Liverpool could look at is Adam Johnson at Manchester City. He was a player I was really high on when he came to Manchester City, and he really hasn't gotten that much playing time because it is Manchester City. I believe on any other club he'd be starting week in and week out. He can play on either wing. He's not afraid to go direct attack in the box. He's got a great cross and after goal. I believe he's a great, outstanding player, and Liverpool could have him for around 15-16 million pounds. The problem is with Adam Johnson is that his wages are around 85,000 pounds a week. Obviously, Manchester City could pay that. Liverpool could pay it if necessary, but I believe that's even too high for Adam Johnson himself. The only thing that could really stop him from coming to Liverpool is, of course, I think the wages. But then again, we have very ambitious owners. Joe Cole's out here making 100,000 pounds a week. I don't think that they're going to let a little wage discrepancy prevent them from bringing in a top-class quality winger like Adam Johnson. So that's all for today with JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block. I want you to tell me who you think Liverpool could possibly bring in this summer. Realistically, of course. Think realistically. And what positions you think Liverpool need to address. That's all for today, folks.